A late race caution shakes things up at Vegas. Let's talk about that. Las Vegas, Sin City. Interesting race. First two stages, pretty lackluster. But let's talk about the stories heading into the Vegas. No Chase Elliott. Let's talk about Friday. Unfortunately, Friday, Chase Elliott, while snowboarding in Colorado, fractures his fibula. So he's going to be out for a few weeks. Josh Berry is now going to replace him in the 9. This is also the first of 2 races with Danica Patrick in the booth. Danica did okay. I could definitely tell points where she rambled because Mike Joy would cut her off because, oh, we got to attack the Larry McReynolds, or hey, this is going on. Like, Danica wasn't that bad. She at least brought personality to the Fox booth. Let's talk about the top 10 because this race definitely was pretty boring. Honestly, the first 2 stages. The eventual race winner, William Byron, won both stage 1 and 2. Like, he was running away. He led it like 176, I think, is what I saw. Like, the first 2 stages, no cautions. Chase Elliott was just gone. But yeah. So, yeah, William Byron dominated today. Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Hendrick Motorsports, 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, Josh Berry didn't fare so well in the 9. The car was, it seemed like he was just struggling. I think it's because the car was set up for Chase and not him. Josh Berry brings home the 9 in 29th. So at least he was running at the end, but like that's a struggle. Bubba Wallace, before the late race caution that shook things up, he was in 6th, so he moved up. Christopher Bell, Austin Cendric being the first Ford, Truex Jr., which I'll explain. Gutsy call on his part. Justin Haley, Kevin Harvick, and Daniel Suarez, who was in the top 5 for most of the day. Other notable finishes. You have Denny Hamlin in 11th. He was up front. The highest Toyota for majority of the race. Ross Chastain 12th. Ryan Blaney 13th. Last week's winner, Kyle Busch 14th. Tyler Reddick finally not finishing dead last. Finishes 15th. Eric Almirola 16th. Brad Case 17th. AJ Allmendinger spinning on the last lap 18th. Eric Jones 19th. Corey LaJoy 20th. Ty Gibbs, rookie 22nd. Daytona 500 winner 24th for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Dylan came 27th. Chase Briscoe 28th. Noah Gragson, the other rookie, finished 30th. And Joey Logano 36th. So Joey Logano started on pole. Like, he was bad fast in qualifying. So started on pole, he led about 9 laps, and then William Byron took over and never gave up the lead from there. Also, Tyler Reddick had to start in the back. He was fast, and that was with no practice, no qualifying. They found something wrong with the engine before practice and had to swap everything out. So those were his first laps on track. About 30 laps in, Kyle Busch, that A car was so tight for him. You could see, knocks the steering off. Like, he literally said it was like 3 degrees, like at 3 o'clock or something to the right, or 3 degrees to the right. Like, that's not good. First round of green flag pit stops. Like, Byron swept the stages, so it was caution free. Both stages had green flag. Like, honestly, the Hendrick cars were the only ones that actually seemed to have a handle. Everyone else was running tight. It made no sense. But yeah, first caution of the race was in stage 3 with about 82 to go. I didn't timestamp the exact lap, but it was Joey Logano spinning off of turn 4. Goes through the grass. Unfortunately, Joey bent the toe link, hitting the wall, like, because he slapped the wall on the exit of turn 4 and then just lost the car from there. It was the middle of 3, like, he was on the outside of 3 wide. So, not really his fault. But Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski were below him, outside of 3 wide, smacking the wall, spins through the grass, bends the toe link. Unfortunately, the team couldn't repair it in time. Damaged vehicle policy, which I still hate. So Joey's day is done. Hamlin with 70 on the pit stop for that caution. Hamlin decides to take 2 tires, like roll the dice. 78 laps to go, learn whether or not the car can handle 2 tires or not, and to try to take the Hendrick cars out of the top 3 spots at this point. So not bad. Fox throws up a graphic with like 10 to go of the 5 drivers who have been out every week: Almirola, Wallace, Reddick, Priest, and Ty Dillon. Like they're actually going to finish a race after being out for the first 2. Well, I think that jinxed Eric Almirola because he hits the wall with 6 to go and spins, setting it up for a green-white checker finish. So everyone decides to come down pit road, except for Mr. 7th place, Martin Truex Jr. He decides, I'm going to stay out, roll the dice. Well, unfortunately, with everyone else pitting, like he was a sitting duck. Larson, Bowman, Byron, the top 4 at the time, Hamlin, all went and got 2 tires. Larson's pit crew, they were slow by 600s or something, like 6 tenths slower on the right side. So Byron beats Larson. Larson in the stage 3 after the green flag pit stops was leading, had about a 3 to 5 second lead. So like Larson was sailing away. And then the caution came. Byron's pit crew do their job. The front row on the restart. Byron and Truex. Byron on the outside is able to get around and coast on his way home. And the rest of the Hendrick cars are able to get around Truex, setting up a Hendrick 1-2-3 finish to end it. On the white flag lap, AJ Allmendinger spins in the backstretch, collecting, I believe it was Ryan Preece I saw. I know Eric Jones, Michael McDowell were caught up in it. I think it might have been Briscoe caught up in it. It was one of the Stewart Haas cars. I don't remember, because they only showed it once, and that was going to the commercial, if it was Priest or Briscoe. I want to say Briscoe since he's 29th, but he might have just been off the pace. Honestly, I'm a Hendrick fan, so I'm enjoying this. I love seeing the 24 in pit, like in victory lane. But like objectively, this was I think at the track it was probably more fun, but TV wise, with Fox having all these commercials, it kills the pacing. And then stage 1, they had Larry McReynolds like right after the first green flag stop talk about grill openings. Full screen graphic of Larry McReynolds just talking about the cars and the grill openings and how they stay cool. I'm here to watch the race. Green flag pit stops just happened. I want to watch the race. So that was a bit frustrating. But like, I like the idea to try to educate the fans, but it shouldn't take up the full screen that I'm missing. Reddick at the time was super fast, making passes. Like, I'm missing racing. Like that is getting frustrating. It seemed like they were trying to do more side by side. Like, honestly, if they want to air commercials, and I get everything's run by money, so they need the commercial money. Fox, if you're that desperate, go side by side. I woke up 10 o'clock in the morning and was able to watch the entire F1 race commercial free. Entire race commercial free. Congrats to Max. Also, great showing by Logan Sargent. Coming home 12, represented the US of A. In his first race, being the best rookie too. But back to NASCAR. Fox needs to work on it. Hell, I think I was watching the St. Pete Grand Prix for IndyCar, and I've seen less commercials. Well, also they had more cautions, but there were less commercials. So that's my biggest takeaway: is the big screen commercials. They're getting annoying, and they are way too frequent. Like, I get Mike Joy, Danica, Clint. Like, the commercial's the time for them to get a drink, not be talking, them to decompress. You can go side by side. Or do what they did with 25 to go and make it a crank it up. Like, you need to air the race in its entirety. Stage breaks, everyone hates them, was designed to give the TV companies a scheduled commercial break. If they're just going to do commercial breaks, I counted 5 commercials in the first stage. You had one pretty much after Byron took the lead. It was like lap 12. One just before green flag pit stops. You had another right after green flag pit stops. And I think there was one with like 10 to go in the stage. So 4. I thought there were 5. But there's 4. Like, and the stages were 80 laps. So you're telling me, okay, it's not like the 500 where we're only going to do 9 laps average. Okay, we're getting 20 laps in. Okay, that's a little better. But it's not exactly needed. Like, I'm ranting. But here's your top 10. 3 drivers locked into the playoffs already. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, and today's winner, William Byron. If you enjoyed today's video and me ranting, I am trying to upload more, I swear. Hit the thumbs up button, notifications. I am doing a race review every week. Gonna try to do more content. I'm working on it. Life's a bit hectic at the moment, but more content will be rolling out shortly. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.